Hey, I'm Jared with Fud Hour, and I'm with my partner at Starship, Matt, as well as Pat from Hard Factor and Makuji, our technical analysis. Welcome to Fud Hour. This is where we discuss any and all questions that you have regarding our Starship project or any other project. What we do is we submit, or we have our users and holders submit questions about genuine FUD. These are questions where you are really wanting to know what's going on with the project, where is marketing, where are different releases, that sort of thing. We also open up Fud Hour to other projects, and not surprisingly, most of our questions, all of our questions that we got from our community, are all about SafeMoon. And if you guys aren't caught up, this week SafeMoon was supposed to launch their wallet, and this is both on iOS and on Android. The wallet was, in fewer words, an utter disaster. So we're going to answer our community's questions. Hopefully, it resonates with some of the Safe Moon holders as well. And before we get started, we're going to start with Makuji and get a health on the market. I think we're going to go with BTC and BNB, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Yes, up with the market, Makuji.
Hey guys, okay, so let's take a look at the market. Let's try to share my screen over here. You guys have my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So this move towards the upside, with this move for the past 2 months, these 2 months of bullishness, this move, I've been calling you this move for a long time now. For the past 4 months now, I've been calling you this move. And the reason I've been calling you this move is because of this. Price action moves in waves. We go up, we come back down to test major levels. In this case, it is the golden zone. And from the golden zone, you can expect a reaction, which is either a bullish move towards the upside or a corrective wave to move lower. And this is where we are right now. We've had this impulsive wave towards the upside, and we've had this corrective wave towards the 50 or the 618. And now the question is whether or not we will continue this move towards the upside or will we go down further, because we had a bounce off the 50 and the 618. If I use the same Fibonacci tool from the top to the bottom over here, we can see where we are right now. We are at the golden zone once again. So we require BTC to do, or Bitcoin to do, for Starship, for any other altcoin to start taking off, is we require price action to break above the golden zone over here and hold 618 as support. So we need a break above $51,000, and we have to hold $51,000 as support. And if we can hold $51,000 as support, then we can make our higher highs towards this all-time high, which is $65,000, and then possibly even towards $100,000. Now, if I open up the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, and we really examine the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, and I always do this in my live streams. I always talk about this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve in my live streams, where at the bottom of this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve is amazing opportunities to accumulate any altcoin, BTC or altcoins, because we've never actually broken underneath the bottom of this curve. So if you really want to build wealth in the crypto space, when Bitcoin is at the bottom of the white line over here, that would be the best opportunity to buy up altcoins, because you get altcoins at a major discount. So the question is this. The question is, are we going to reject this median line that we're at right now to possibly go back down there towards the bottom of the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve? And if we do that, basically every single altcoin is going to correct. Or are we capable of breaking above the median line and holding it as support to finish the end of our bull cycle? And this is why a lot of technical analysis guys on the long term don't really know what's happening. A lot of Elliott wave theories say that we're going to go down to the bottom of the curve. A lot of price action guys say that we're going to go towards the upside, because the upside of the curve really marked the end of our bull market. And this is where we are. This is a pivotal moment, in fact, for BTC. And again, if we're capable of breaking above $51,000, then essentially every single coin is going to go towards the upside, because any coin, no matter what their utility is, flies towards the upside in the crypto space. And in that case, we'll have to take a look at Binance and what Binance is doing. Since Starship is tied to Binance, Binance as well is in the exact same position as Bitcoin. Binance, in fact, is mimicking Bitcoin right now. Binance as well is at the golden zone. Binance as well has to break above the 618 to continue its move towards the upside. So Binance has to essentially break above $510 and hold $510 as support. And if it can do that, it can make another run up towards $700 and potentially higher, making all-time highs once again, depending upon if Bitcoin can do this. So again, guys, we're at a pivotal moment where Bitcoin has to make a move. Bitcoin has to break above $51,000, hold $51,000 support, which is the 618. And if BTC can do this, then all altcoins, including Ethereum, Cardano, any other coin, will keep going higher and continue this bullishness towards the upside in the next few months. And I would say the month of September, we really find out what's going to happen with BTC, whether or not we're rejecting it to break support below. We're going to be breaking above resistance to hold $51,000 of support and make all-time highs once again.
Mikuji, you're just saying we need a new floor, right? We need that new floor. Like the house flooded. Let's get the contractors in there. Let's floor it out at 51K, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. That's what we need.
But does it matter, right? Don't we just, I mean, theoretically, you know, there's a lot of money to be made in that triangle. But if you're just a dumb investor like me who's just throwing every dollar I have in the crypto space, eventually I'm going to get taken care of, right? Because it's going to go up, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, exactly. So let's open this up once again. So if I open up the growth curve over here, if we see something that the growth curve has on the log chart, and let's just see this. So anybody that bought BTC at the top of the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve in the year 2013, let's say, which is at $1,000, right? We have never gone back to retest these regions in the past, right? We've never actually gone back to retest its all-time highs in the past. Over here, we have not gone back to retest 2013. Over here, we never went back to retest 2013 again. So the floor is increasing. And because we're respecting this growth curve so well, as time progresses, Bitcoin is just going to keep going up. Unless there's some major regulation or something that comes after Bitcoin where it's completely banned in every single country, which I doubt is ever going to happen, Bitcoin will just keep increasing. They're trying, yeah, but I don't think they can because literally every single government has to agree towards that. But BTCs is going to keep going up at the end of the day because 2013 we were $1,000. 2017, 2018 we were $17,000. And we're not even close to those all-time highs that we were a few years ago. So as time progresses, we only have up, basically.
Mikuji, have you heard of the Midwest theory?
No, I haven't.
I just made it up, but here's the idea. Here's the idea.
Yeah.
We're gonna climb until everyone. I'm not talking shit about flyover states, but I'm using the Midwest as more like of a generalization of folks that might be a little bit more into I don't know, down home, family, farming, etc. than computers and crypto. But we still haven't reached a part where they've heard about crypto, right? Where they know to get into it. Like there's still that barrier of entry, and I feel like until the Midwest fully knows about crypto, we're going to keep climbing, right? Until we've reached saturation.
Yeah. So there's an index called the greed index and the fear index, and I believe the greed index when we ran up to $65,000 was like an all-time high of like 96, 97, and right now we're still at 78 or 77 right now. So we haven't even come to that part where the mass media is talking about BTC like it was at $65,000. And when we start talking about it, and when the mass media jumps on board and talks about BTC hitting 60, 65, then again, as you said, everyone else will start jumping on board. And there'll be an increased saturation of prices going up. And as of right now, we are at an earlier stage because we are at a correction and there is still some doubt right now in the market space for BTC. So yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to, if we break above these levels, there's something called FOMO that will happen. And then everyone will start jumping on board. That's essentially what we do.
FOMO.
And yeah, everybody's guilty of doing FOMO at some point or the other, right?
Cooch, what are you going to buy? What are you going to buy when we get up in the 70s?
What am I going to buy in terms of what? Altcoins?
Yeah, I mean, what's your next big real world purchase once we hit that 70 area? You got your eye on anything? Beach house?
So I'm an active day trader, right? So I do have like a Patreon or whatnot where I teach people how to trade and I show them my live trades. So I'll just be actively day trading this, and I'll be.
You gonna buy a boat? You gonna buy?
What's the Cooch gonna get?
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy.
You gonna get that Lambo?
Let's see. Hopefully, let's see. I live in Canada, so it's snowing like half the time, so it doesn't really make sense.
A new toboggan or a
Yeah.
snow machine.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. You know it.
All right, Cooch. Cooch, I like that, Pat. That was I haven't ever heard anyone call him Cooch before.
I hope that's okay, Makuji.
I like it.
It's fine, man. No one's ever called me that. People call me
I
Big.
think it's gonna catch on. That's pretty special. Awesome. Thank you, Makuji.
No worries,
He's
man.
always reliable for good technical analysis. If you guys haven't seen him, you guys should go check out his YouTube channel. If you want to plug that right now, you're more than welcome to.
Thank
Do you
man.
want to? Yeah, I'll drop a link for Makuji's YouTube if you guys want to follow him there. Some great investments that he tracks over there. All right, let's get into Fud Hour. So, as I said at the beginning, we take questions from our community, and generally the questions are about Starship. Starship is a project that I'm the lead developer on, and my partner Matt is the project lead on. So, this is a Fud Hour is a series that we set up to address those concerns that our holders have. Crazy enough, literally all the questions this week for Fud Hour were all on SafeMoon. So this actually really correlates with what we have going on at Starship, because both Starship and SafeMoon are actually launching a wallet at the same time. Our wallet, we're still in the review process. Our wallet is due to be out in the next 2 weeks or so. Probably before, but I prefer to make sure my wallet's going to launch. So let's get into the questions. The first question is why was the wallet delayed before the launch? So, it's tough to tell because SafeMoon, it doesn't communicate very effectively. They don't give a lot of statuses. From what I understand, they have the direct opposite reaction to FUD than we do at Starship, where a lot of people get banned for fudding or asking questions in their Telegram or Discord or Reddit. So it's tough to tell why it was delayed. But if you go and you search on YouTube or anywhere else to look at the people who had access to the beta, they had significant issues where the wallet was crashing. So, and this is totally normal from an engineer perspective. Wallets crash all the time. I've crashed our wallets probably like 1,000 times. I did that before I launched it to beta. Just the other day I was running an update, and the only thing I did in the update was change a logo from one of our clients. And what that ended up doing was crashing the app when you saw that logo. To put that into perspective, we have over 3,000 logos on our app. I could have very easily not seen that if I didn't search for that token, right? So my app could have been totally fine. It built right. I could have released it to the community, and no one would know that it crashed unless they looked at that specific token. That's how easy it is to miss these mistakes. I'm not saying anything about SafeMoon, but it is really important to have that process that when you make an update, you ensure, or you release anything to the community, you make sure that it works well. So from my understanding, the wallet was delayed because it had a lot of bugs, and I don't know what their process is to release their beta or anything like that, but it sounds like they have some process issues to answer that question. Moving on to the next one, did SafeMoon's wallet crash the site? Did you guys try to download the wallet?
I mean, I clicked the
Any of
link.
you guys?
I clicked the Android and the Apple link on their site, and nothing happened. But when I went there, it was very slow. It wasn't loading. So, I don't know what was happening there. They said it was, a DDoS attack or, whatever that is. But it's hard to believe because they have so many holders. I mean, they have, 3 million holders. So I would imagine that.
Is it that high?
Be good.
Is that what it says on BSC scan?
I thought it was 3.5 million, something like that.
Okay.
Matt,
So,
real quick, you know what a DDoS attack is, right? I mean,
yeah, I was just gonna go.
Yeah,
into that.
denial of service. But I figured, this far in and as much hate as they get, that would have been tried before. It was actually, and that the issue would be solved. So
Yeah. So that's what I heard originally, that it crashed the site, and then we looked at. If you guys don't know this, you can inspect code on any website, and if you go and you inspect that code, you can see that the buttons were actually disabled. When people started calling them out for that, meaning like those buttons were never actually going to go anywhere. When people started calling them
Yeah.
out for that, they said that I need to find it, but it was something like they disabled it when the site crashed. I don't know. As a developer, I probably would have just removed them altogether. But it was just kind of weird how it was like, oh, the website crashed. You can't download the app. All right, well, but it's in Google and Apple, right? Like, why don't you just send me to the store? So I don't know
Yeah.
what that was all about.
Well, I don't think it is, man. Because if you go to their products, right, it says beta signups are closed, and it looks like the Android and the Apple logos on the front page of their site never were activated. Yeah, they have around 2.5 million holders. So here's my concern, man. So like I aped in, right? For me, I put 5K in, $5,000 ahead of, or right around the same time as Dave Portnoy went in, right, and from Barstool Sports, and I happen to know what he can do to a market, right? So he was randomly picking a shitcoin.
Yeah, it was that whole event, right? He had like the hats out, like
It was
like
a
he
whole
picking
event,
a
right?
College
And I'm
to
like-
go to. Yeah.
I was in before that significantly, but I heard that was going to happen. It was like, cool, awesome. I'm going to watch my investment grow, and it did for a very short period of time. He got a bunch of heat, whatever. I'm $5,000 in on this thing. It's the first altcoin I ever got into because it blew the fuck up right back in March. People made a lot of cash. It was when the very beginning of purchasing altcoins was hitting the Midwest, if you will, Cooge, the mainstream, right? It was still very challenging to buy this coin.
Yeah.
Like I remember, it was a goddamn process for me to figure out how to set up a trust wallet, add the contract, et cetera, whatever. I finally got him $5,000 in. From that process, which is probably like May to now, I've learned a ton. Specifically, I've gotten to mess around with the Starship wallet. I've gotten to play around with it. And seeing the Starship wallet, I'm like, damn, this is really well done. I told you, Jared, when you sent me the beta, I was like, this is really fantastic. And I'm not
Yeah.
just saying that because we're friends. I was really actually kind of surprised at the quality of a beta, right? So I'm seeing that. I'm knowing what resources you're working with, right, in terms of the size of Starship, thereby what's funding your wallet project to make a utility out of your coin. And I'm looking at what SafeMoon has, man. And there's some things that are freaking me out big time. So SafeMoon, I'm looking back on their Twitter, and the first mention of their wallet, right, after their March launch was May 3rd. It was hashtag SafeMoon Wallet. And from that point, I guess that was like kind of they started getting pressure of people being like, cool, we're in this Ponzi scheme. What's the utility? They're like, let's do a wallet. Since then, they've put up. Well, I want to see if I can share my screen real quick because this is absolutely insane, and I want to get y'all's take on what you guys think this is because I find this to be absolutely bizarre. So here is the first thing that I saw from SafeMoon video-wise. So this is like I can't see the date exactly, but it's early in May, and they've dropped a video. We've secured at Simplex CC SafeMoon partnership, right? And it's a really slick looking video with a bunch of After Effects presets, kind of touting what's going to be in the wallet. And then that's followed up by this guy here, another like really well put together, see if we can add that to the screen, another really well put together marketing video that just kind of demonstrates like the visual aspects of the wallet. In doubt, zoom out, right? And keep in mind, guys, this is back in May. So
Yeah.
like 3-4 months out. There's like 10 more videos like this that are just really flashy. Whoever they were getting to do graphics was really fucking good, and they had a ton of cash to spend on it. But
Yeah.
you guys have a wallet with limited resources that's ready to go. These guys seem to spend all their fucking money on graphic effects. Like,
Yeah.
this has to be a leadership issue, right? Because they have essentially unlimited resources. Right,
I
right.
think that's where we're kind of like when I look at all these questions that the community is asking, and I look at what's going on. And look, I know from the developer's perspective, I know how hard it is to launch a wallet. I've been doing this for a long time, launching applications, and it's very difficult. But there's a specific process that you run through, and it just kind of seems like from communication to the beta to launching into the stores that there's a leadership issue.
How long
That-
have you been working on your wallet, Jared?
I mean, I feel like this is embarrassing to say, maybe for them, but I didn't start building our wallet until July 28th.
Okay.
And
how
it's-
big is your team? How many like how much of the work are you shouldering for the development of the wallet versus delegating?
Well, 100%.
Right,
I
so
have
maybe-
literally zero help on development.
Okay, so how the fuck did you get to a place where you're ready to launch a wallet that looks dope, and these guys had enough money and resources to spend on a digital ad campaign? I mean, literally in May they're focusing on dark mode. Dark
Yeah.
mode for your wallet. Is everyone getting hard? There's going to be a dark mode, but there's no
Yeah,
fucking functionality.
We have dark mode too.
Oh,
Yeah, I
cool.
only use
Let's
use
make a
dark
video
mode.
about it. You guys know more than I, but I want to bring something up. So,
Yeah.
again, this is the first coin I got into, and I went on SafeMoon's site. And I'm not much of a coin guy at the point when I went in on their site, but I know my shit. And I'm looking at their team, right? There's 6 guys on the team. They all have different weird profile photos. The first thing I thought when I saw this was, these guys have never fucking met each other. Right, like they've never met each other, and as I got to know the Telegram world and the DeFi world and the anonymity of the crypto space, it's like I don't think these guys have ever been in the same room together. I could be wrong, but these guys, these 6 motherfuckers, they have my money, right?
Yeah.
And I gave them my money, and if they take it and run with it, that's my fucking bad. That's my bad.
Yeah.
I learned the lesson.
No,
But
totally.
I would hope, right, that with the wave and the cash infusion that these guys got, they could figure it the fuck out, because every single person is at their mercy with your money is in
Yeah.
these guys' hands, and you just hope that they're going to do something A, ethical with it, and B, smart with it. And look, it doesn't seem like they're doing it smart. I really hope they're fucking being ethical, but being a businessman outside of crypto, there are issues in this organization.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I totally agree. From the way that they released their wallet, and it had, all the issues that it had, like in the beta with it crashing. Look,
used-
our wallet's in the beta too, and we do not experience that. I mean, I would bet you $100 that you can't crash my wallet, and it's just like, it's kind of from a developer's perspective, it's unfathomable to think of that you would release a product like this with that amount of cash and money that you have. I mean, I'm that confident you can't crash my wallet. I'll bet anyone $100 you can't crash it. Go download
Yeah,
it right now.
We
Try
should
to crash
definitely
it.
do that. We should definitely do that. We should run an ad campaign on that for sure.
I don't know. I'm getting chills. Let me look at my bank account and make sure that I can sustain this just in case.
Coo- Cooge,
No,
you're-
but I'll do that.
You're a
What do you say,
businessman.
Makuji? You think you
Right?
should make that bet?
Hey, you know what? My brother is into the whole hacking thing, so
Yeah.
I can let him know, and he'll take you up on that bet.
I'll do it. I'll
He's
do
a
it.
computer guy in the
100%.
house.
Oh, that
That's
brings up something else I wanted to talk about with hacking, because this was brought up. This is a reason why I decided not to go with. Okay, so let's talk about how I was able to release the wallet so fast, versus them. And I think their wallet probably was largely already built a while back, like in May or June, and they just try to do too much. They didn't launch an MVP. I'm assuming that's what happened. An MVP is a minimal viable product. This is, as a developer, we don't want to make assumptions of what our users want, right? We don't want to dump millions of dollars into producing this whole thing, making all of these different assumptions. Oh, this is how our users want to do it. So the first launch should always be an MVP. This is where we're going to study the users, study the UI, see how they're moving through, obviously seeing if there's any like bugs or anything like that, and we move on from there. Any good developer, GitHub is their best friend, right? So from what I understand, largely SafeMoon's wallet is built off of Trust Wallet. And our wallet has some Trust Wallet components to it as well. In the DeFi or the decentralized world in GitHub, there are massive amounts of library of open source code. This is code that has been, absolutely proven to be effective, that it works, that it's good, it's well tested. And so it's like, why would you not use that code? It's free. It's open to everybody. Why are we trying to be original when we've never been anywhere before? So that's what I think maybe they have a little bit of an issue with, is trying to be something that they're not yet.
Well, that brings up a bigger point, Jared, and Kuja, I want you to weigh on this because I know that you're a businessman outside of the trading, and I want to get your take just from a straight business organizational perspective. But it doesn't take a rocket science to understand, right, that the wallet space, in terms of being the end-all, be-all as a utility, that window will close, right? A wallet is very cool right now.
Yeah.
A year from now, the wallets that get out now and get tested now will still be around. And if you try to start a wallet today, it's not going to fucking happen, man. It's not going to happen. But, like, when they started, there was shit out there. I mean, like, Trust Wallet essentially got killed by the Apple App Store. I don't know how MetaMask still has the browser functionality, but they do. So a window opened in the market for them to jump through, right? SafeMoon's wallets, where is it, man? I don't know. Like, it seems like a fuck up.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, it's clearly a major fuck up.
But these, if you look at their leadership, from when they started under a pseudonym. They were never doxxed until, their accidental success. If you read through the comments on Binance Scan, these guys were in a pump group. I know they work closely with Satoshi Street Bets, but if you're in the crypto space and anybody in a pump group, the kind of people that these are. I mean, they coax new investors in, they pre-buy a token, or they make a token. In SafeMoon's case, their investors buy and they unload their tokens onto them. It's like Wolf of Wall Street almost. So once they had the success that they had, they decided to dox themselves. But you can also read through their Binance Smart Scan comments, and some people are saying, this was 4 months ago, that the leaders have 4 or 5% of the token. Well, if you look at the holder list now, nobody's holding around, everybody's 1% or way lower. So they obviously unloaded shares at some point.
Oh, these guys are fine forever. These guys are fine forever. These guys are multiple homes, retirement taken care of, 6 kids through college. And
that's fine. Everybody needs to take profits. But if they had confidence.
Take your profits, but there's a difference between, guys, building your business over the course of years, right? And as you level up slowly, which is how normal business works, the money seems normal. So it's like, oh, shit, I made $1 million this year. That'd be fucking great. Well, once you get to that point, it's usually like, okay, I know what to do with $1 million, and it's not such an insane amount of money where I'm going to just fuck off. Now, if you hand some guy $40 million, $30 million, $20 million from 0 to 20 million,
in a few months,
not a ton of incentive to finish it, right? When everyone's dropping like flies in the DeFi space anyway.
So Certic flagged them for withdrawing $68.4 million. Certic, which is the top auditing firm in the world, flagged them with the owners for withdrawing $68.4 million. I'm literally sitting in my garage right now, and my wallet is going to hit the App Store before theirs, and literally paid $0 for it.
And your wallet's sick, by the way, dude.
Here's how you know they don't have confidence in their project. Only about $10 million flooded into Pancake Swap into their token right before launch. I mean, from where it was a week or so ago to that peak that it just had, I mean, they knew that this was going to happen. This wasn't a surprise to them. They had the release date. They didn't buy anything. If I was on that team, I would have been going all in. If I had Jared's wallet.
Yeah. Well, it's your wallet too, buddy. I don't mean to say my wallet. It's our wallet.
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
The whole
Did
team
you?
didn't have confidence. And there's another thing. You know, the CBO on the website, he's listed as the CTO, but on LinkedIn he's the CBO. He hasn't updated the SafeMoon information for months. I mean, these guys, they cashed in. This was just a ticket for them.
So
So
here's like, since we're talking about leadership, here I want to read you what John's their CEO. I want you to read what his latest, I think it's his latest wallet update, where he's essentially blaming his team. Right, that's a mark of an awesome leader.
yeah,
So he says in this, I won't read the whole thing, but he says that there were unforeseen side effects that the development team had been unable to resolve before reapproval. That to me is kind of ridiculous, because why would you ever submit an app to, not only that, if you have significant side effects, it's not going to get through the the review process. But you can't really even build a wallet with like significant side effects. They didn't use the word significant, so
how did they
they
have
said
it on beta?
unforeseen. On
Because I
on
didn't
what?
see it on there. How was it released on beta? Did you have to side load it or what?
Well,
I
side
mean,
loading
because
is
I
only
didn't.
for, yeah. So side loading you can only do with Android phones. You could do it with an iOS, but you have to jailbreak the phone. No, you could set up beta just like we did through the
But that was
Apple Store.
before. Okay, so it was on the Apple Store at some
Well,
point. I don't see it on
I've
Google
got.
Play.
Yeah, I have no idea. No, they're not on Google Play, and they're not on.
Yeah, I'm
They
under
pulled
the
it.
impression that they just submitted it that day, which
August
Yeah.
28th, it was supposed to launch. That's my birthday, and I was stoked. I wanted my what was at 1.6 grand, but is now like 2,200
Yeah.
to get
Oh,
back to what I fucking paid for it on my birthday, and it didn't. I want to point something out about the statement, right? So the statement is from John Carney, who's the CEO, listed on the wallet update statement. It's on their Twitter if you want to check it out. It's a bunch of we's and us's. So as
Yeah.
you know, we worked. Our aim is to deliver the safest. We have all been, right? But then it gets into I have been reassured. This is what does he say? I have been reassured. Make sure the wallet is launched. I am committed to get you an update as soon as possible. I can. So what happened there, guys, and what I think is going on is he was writing that initially as a team, as if there was still a team attached, and the truth came out at the end of this is just me theorizing. The truth came out at the end
Sure.
of the paragraph. There ain't no team attached because those guys are in whatever country they're in, banging whatever variety of prostitute they want to. Frankly, with the amount of money
Yeah.
they have, there's not a team attached. That's what's going on. So it's a straight leadership thing. The other thing I was thinking it could be is like, you can have all the money in the world, right? But unless those people know how to work as a team, right? If there's one egomaniac in that crew that's like, no, I'm the developer, I'm the guy that's doing it, I'm handling it, it stops with me, and that person, there's weird, I don't know, interpersonal dynamic going on where the other team doesn't have the balls or the power to say, sorry, we got to bring in other people. That could be going on too.
Yeah, no, totally. And I think let me pull that back up. The that release that you were just reading, it's just, you know, he ends it, or towards the bottom, he says the wallet launch is my utmost priority, right? So he says that the team didn't tell. He's effectively saying the team didn't tell me something was wrong with the wallet, but he ends with saying the wallet is my utmost priority. How is it that he doesn't know
Because they don't
literally
know each other, Jared.
everything? Yeah, I
Literally,
guess.
They've
Yeah.
never fucking met. They don't know their kids' names. They don't know each
But
other's
why
dogs'
not
names. They
hire-
don't know their wives' names.
I mean, dude,
One of their-
I've said this, and Matt, I know you're on the same path as me with this. Like, look, I have a lot of leadership experience. I've owned a company for over a decade, and I've led, you know, various projects. I can promise you 100%, if all of a sudden I get $68 million, or, you know, Starship is taking off, 100% I'm hiring a CTO with like 20 years of experience. And, you know,
Trying heroin.
yeah, yeah, and it's you know, I mean, that's what Matt and I have talked about this several times. It's like, yeah, of course we're going to be still leading the project and leading
Not
the vision, and I'm going to be, yeah, not heroin, and we're going to be developing the app. But as far as making sure the product pipeline is like fine tuned, and the trains are running on time, all that kind of stuff. That takes a lot of corporate experience, and when you're at this level, when you're trying to service millions of people, you better take that money that you withdrew from the liquidity pool and build your team with professionals, not get an office going. Like Matt's talked about, he's going to move out here to San Diego where I'm at when we can make that happen. Open up an office, work together in the same office, build out our dev team, all that kind of stuff. It's what you need though, and they have it. They totally have the opportunity to make that happen.
But that's counter. That's counter to the culture. It's counter to the culture. The culture is, let's get a team together on the internet. Let's stay in our basements. These are our basements. That's your basement. This is mine, and we remain there.
Pump and dump guys, they have commitment issues. I mean, I'm married. Jared's married. We don't have commitment issues. These guys bounce from project to project. One of their team members went and started another token, and it got rug pulled. So
which token?
I don't even remember the name of it. But
I was probably in on it. So.
Yeah. But that's what these guys do. They bounce from token to token, and they're just looking for quick cash.
And you know what? That's also why I'm a part of the team as well, because Jared, Matt, Asle, Mehdi. I met up with Mehdi in the UK recently as well, and we spoke about the whole project and where we're headed. And you guys are very honest people, very transparent. That's why I associate myself with Starship so much as well. And I always talk about Starship. And my whole family currently owns Starship, and all my friends own Starship. So all my gym buddies also own Starship. We're all in our trust wallets looking at the price every single day, basically, when we lift weights. So, it's a good team, man. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the work you guys are doing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
How Kuj, what do you think is going on there take your crypto hat off, put your businessman hat on? What do you think is going on over there at SafeMoon?
For SafeMoon?
Yep.
Honestly speaking, I never invested into SafeMoon because it didn't have a utility in the beginning. And when I was doing technical analysis for coins, people would request me to do SafeMoon, and I'd always say no, because from a technical standpoint, when a token is only built on hype, it's almost like it's a glass house that's going to fall at some point. And that's how I always viewed SafeMoon. So I never saw SafeMoon as something that really had an intrinsic value as such, because it never had a utility in the past. Now this wallet that is coming out, it was their big thing that they were trying to promote over the last few months. And they had a failure of a launch as well. And that's why I only go after tokens that do have a utility. Like Starship. Starship has utility. Right now, the main utility is the game, which I'm looking forward to, the NFT game. So tokens such as this, I see utility in, a purpose for, that people would actually approach and like to use. Then I would like to go on board for a coin such as that. I didn't see that with SafeMoon.
Yeah.
But even with SafeMoon having a wallet, they're not utilizing their token in the wallet.
Well,
so a one-click buy button. We're gonna have a one-click buy button for every token in our wallet.
Matt, that's my point. I'm a pretty technical person, but I'm admittedly new to the altcoin game, right? When I started seeing, like, Jared, when you explained to me that, like, you were building out your own decks, I'm like, okay, and this is part of the wallet, right? I'm like, okay, I'm learning what all these things are. And then, again, contextually understanding that SafeMoon is trying to hang their hat on a fucking wallet for utility only.
Yeah.
And then, Matt, what you just said, like the one-click buy, it's like they should be putting out a fucking there should be an amusement park that I can go to for free because I'm a fucking heavy holder. I have 1 billion token of this piece of shit, and I should be able to get in there, and my money should be at work. A fucking wallet, man, like a wallet. Like here's what I'm stoked about. Well, one thing before, at the bottom of this wallet update, you know what it fucking says? After it starts with the W's and the R's, then it goes to the I's from John Carney. It then ends with, "We are family. We are SafeMoon." That is bullshit. That is some scammer ass fucking bullshit, bro. Look.
He's appealing
we're not your
to
family, dog.
His cult following there.
We're not your family, man. I'm an investor in your fucking project. I'm not your fucking family member, man. Right now, okay, the amount of money that I put in a Starship, right, was about $1,000. That's about to eclipse my $5,000 investment in SafeMoon. And the wallet is tight. It's tight. Honestly, Jared, when I saw some of your early dev work when I was getting to know you, I was like, Jared's stuff's okay. But it was mostly because I was seeing it in a weird format. I was seeing it in web format, right? Yeah. And then when I saw this wallet, I was like, holy shit, man. Like, who'd you pay to do this? And you're like, I did it. It looks dope. And it also incorporates the functionality, right, that Trust Wallet doesn't, MetaMask doesn't, in terms of being able to see the markets all in one place, which is really fucking cool. And you guys nailed it on the head. And I'm super stoked for you and stoked for my investment in Starship for this thing to come out, because now's the time, man. And all these, look, I can't sell my SafeMoon. I can't, right? Because it's a reflectionary token, and I'm already in, right? Yeah. But I'm gonna be selling it in my mind effectively, because I think that these guys are, I don't know what they're into, man. But it's not. You know,
I don't think that they. I don't think they intended for it to blow up like they did, and then they were kind of stuck, which is why Matt was saying, you know, they had to get doxxed because they had the whole world watching him at that point.
Then break off $4 million a man and hire a fucking professional.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
The company I used to work for, Barstool Sports, you know what they did? They hired a fucking CEO from AOL. That's what they did.
Yeah. That's I mean, why wouldn't you? Why? That's exactly what I was saying I would do. You know, like why? Why would I want to do? I would so much rather like sit in my garage and just, you know, start developing these new applications and stuff, and let someone else do all the trains run on time and production workflow.
Be Jobs.
Yeah, you know, so it's like
fucking weirdo.
I reached out to the CEO of SafeMoon and I said, "Look, man, we got a wallet. It's ready to go. You can rebrand it. You know, I think that's fair. We could run their wallet team alongside ours.
Dark mode, Matt? Can you
dark and light?
Can you personalize it to say you?
Dark, light, and one-click buy for all tokens.
Did you see Kuja's fucking chart? It takes a minute to get used to how boring financial charts are. I got a hard on when he was showing me that shit because it means I'm going to make more money. It doesn't need to be fucking pretty, man. And Kuja had the prettiest chart I've seen in forever. It's like more tools than I've ever seen before. But it's still fucking candles. Green and red candles on a black background. That's all we need.
I find it interesting, man. I find it interesting. But
no. The presentation was dope. I'm just saying, like, we don't need to fucking put a bow on it, right?
Exactly, 100%. Yeah.
To get people to get excited about finance or investing, right? Like they're highlighting making it pretty dark. Like literally, there's a fucking tweet that says dark mode on May 3rd. Like it should have been like programmer mode, debugging mode. Like what the fuck are you doing, man?
I mean, because they're all marketing. Their whole thing's marketing. It's not functionality, and they're all about hype. You know, they're all about selling or getting people to buy the news so then that they can sell later. It's the opposite.
We should mention too the most important thing about our wallet. The profits from the wallet go towards buybacks on the token.
Yeah, so this is what I was going to say about. They're not. Not that I know of. And obviously,
I don't think SafeMoon's doing that. It's just a one-click buy button.
Our market research on that. But yeah, no, that was something I wanted to bring up as far as like what makes. I call it our RIV protocol, which is our reinvest protocol. What Matt was just saying is like, this year so far, I haven't just built a wallet. I've built an online learning center, social media platform. That's what Pat was alluding to before. I built a decentralized exchange and a token creator. All of these things were built because our vision for the future is to bridge business onto blockchain, right? So to be able to do that,
right here.
So to be able to bridge, because look, we're in a monetary revolution right now. There's no question about it, and the governments are going to fight back a little bit, but eventually. And not too far in the future, everything is going to be digital currency. It already is. It just they're making it feel like it's not cryptocurrency. Mm-hmm. And so once this monetary revolution is over, the business world has to evolve onto blockchain technology or into cryptocurrency. Our vision is to be that bridge for them. So they can come to us, they can meet other investors, or they can meet other business owners, they can take tutorials, they can access our online learning center, they could create their own token. Like, this is all done. They could then launch it if they want to on our DEX, and then they could sell their products from our wallet.
Jared, I gotta back you up on that. So when we were talking about a number of different projects in my space, like in music and film and entertainment, and how we can get those things up chain, we've been talking about a ton of things. And when Starship went down to a penny, right, you were still championing the strength of your community, right? And
sure.
Again, I'm still learning here, man. I'm still learning. What I can say is, you're right. Your community stuck with you, and you stuck with your community, right? And that's what this is really. Like, we don't know what this altcoin, Starship or SafeMoon or whatever is gonna be, but what we do know is that if it's got great leadership and people that are dedicated to sticking with it, right, it's going to continue to evolve over as technology evolves and as bigger business comes onto the chain. And that's what I'm fucking stoked about. And you showed me that, man. Like, you were, when your coin was at a penny, you were still like, man, the community, it's about the community, man. It's about the community. And sure enough, it went back up, bro, and it's going to go back up when this wallet launches. But you stuck. That's what it is. And we are family. We are SafeMoon. No, we're not, dog. No, we're not.
Yeah. No,
we got 68 million.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like, the Starship community is kind of like family for me too. I spend a lot of time with them. But that's the thing, is I spend time with them. Like, I'm in our Telegram. I'm talking to people. I'm addressing our FUD directly. Like, I don't believe FUD is bad. Of course, there's malicious FUD. But when you're FUDding, when you have fear, uncertainty, and doubt, you're actually telling me everything I need to know as a leader to take care of you, to reassure you that this is the right investment. And I mean, because it's just objections. Anybody who has any experience in sales knows how to handle FUD and is trained how to do that. And the people who aren't and just want to overhype things, they kick you out. So, my mission is that people will stop trusting projects that ban people for genuine FUD. You should openly accept it. It's going to make your project. It's going to make your project stronger. It's going to connect you to your base, right? So your community, you're going to understand how they feel and what they want from you.
Right, and ultimately,
which is super important.
We have the ultimate FUDDER on here with Cooch. I was like, Cooch, why aren't you in this? And he was like, I'll be real straight up with you why I'm not in it. And
I'm always talking shit. Well,
he essentially said what all the FUDDERs say without getting emotional about it, which is like, I don't mess with stuff that's not functional, man.
Exactly, and you know what? This is why this FUD Hour is so good, Jared. And I'm glad you're doing FUD Hour because my sister, actually, she's always on the Telegram, always asking questions. And then you're always the guy answering questions on the FUD Hour. So the majority of questions you see is from my sister, actually.
Really?
Yeah. It's
all
always
right.
my sister.
I like it.
It's
no,
good,
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, we got a couple more questions that we didn't get to. I was actually going to allude to this one in conversation. This next question is SafeMoon Wallet safe? Actually safe, because in their statements they say, we're dedicated to launching the safest wallet. I don't know, because we have no access to it, so it's tough to say if it's safe. But what I do know, and what is just another sign that's just like, hey, you should probably run from this project, is they have been touting or hyping this military encryption. Okay, so let's just talk about military.
All cryptocurrency is military encryption.
Yeah, but let's
literally.
No, they're talking about from the
military.
Yeah, they're talking about from a server. And from a server perspective, you should never use a wallet that uses a server. That means that it's centralized one way or another. You should definitely stay away from a wallet that uses a server. The whole military encryption thing, like what Pat was saying, it is just funny. But when you also look at the RFP process, request for proposal, which that's from the United States. So as a business owner and developer, I've worked with the government. You have to go through this RFP process. Let me tell you about this process. Their job is to literally take the app or the contractor that meets in the needs of the proposal, like just meets the needs and is the cheapest. That's how the military decides where they're going to pay with tax dollars.
Man, you just like ruined the vision of my father, right? He pretty much made all his money through military contracting.
No, well, that's
I thought he was a
good.
pretty smart guy, Jared. But I guess he was just bottom of the barrel.
No, but I mean, look, he closed those deals, right? So that means that he met the needs of the taxpayers for the least amount of money possible.
Put me through college, man. 2 years of it.
No, don't trust I mean, that's just ridiculous. But yeah, when I saw that, I was gonna, I would have loved to. It's just like anytime you use a server, you can overload that server, and now all users can't access the app. If that's exactly how they're doing it, I don't know because I don't have access to it.
You can't overload SafeMoon server. You see their website.
Yeah, right. Right, and it's crashed in like 2 seconds. Yeah, so like our wallet doesn't operate on a server
Hold on.
at all.
A DDoS attack? Why? No, there's 2.5 million people that all want it to work. There's no enemies, dude. Everyone's like, and just to make that fucking clear, I know we've been talking shit. I'm a holder, man. My first big paycheck came this year, and I took $100,000, paid off my debt, and I took $5,000, and I threw it right in the fucking SafeMoon, aka
I bought some too. So I was fully expecting to profit from the hype, but I was a little disappointed.
We're SafeMoon Wiener Brothers, bro.
Yeah, so no, our wallet can never crash because of a server, because our wallet's not connected to a server. It's the other reason why we will never have anything directly integrated to a browser, because that's a major security issue. So, we utilize a third-party wallet connect so that people can use our wallet and connect to browsers, but our actual wallet will never be connected or integrated into a browser.
Right, so that can prevent what that new shit I saw, the dusting attack, right? Like I went on my I went on my PooCoin with my MetaMask and going through my coins, right? It'll display, like what you bought when, what your wallet is, and bam, I had $17,500 in there from a coin I don't remember buying. And my son started crying right at that moment. It was my time to watch the kid, right? When you're watching the kid, like you can't be looking at your phone. You got to be like looking at the kid, especially if your wife's around. so like I like glance at the 17.5K in my account, I'm like, and she's like, "Oh, are you playing with the boy?" I'm like, "Yeah, fuck."
I live that life too.
Love my son, but all I want to do is look and see if this 17.5K is real, or if it's by accident, can I sell it real quick? Thank God, of course, before I fucked with it, I checked it out and went to the contract, went to the comments of the contract, and people were like, "Scam, don't interact with the contract. It's some sort of dusting attack." And people that did interact with the contract, right, they tried to buy or sell it, it wiped out their entire MetaMask. It's
a really big issue right now, like where all of a sudden you look in your wallet and you've got like all this token. It's a huge concern.
I thought the SafeMoon wallet had come out, honestly, when I looked at my balance.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
No, it didn't. It was an epic fail.
Something to look at too with DEX tokens is the amount of liquidity it has. So, SafeMoon has like 70 million in liquidity, and usually you want you want the market cap to be about 10x that liquidity. And I'm talking about DEX liquidity. I don't know if they hold some on a centralized exchange also, but it's 20x. So it's 10 times over what it should be, market cap value. So we could see a lot more decline there.
Man, I just wonder what I want to talk to Captain Hunchies on Twitter, who's like this SafeMoon king. He's always he's doing
Captain Huddle or Crunchy.
Yeah, Crunchy. He's doing Cooge stuff, but except it's bullshit. Cooge stuff's real.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah.
He's doing chart analysis, and he's such a hardo for SafeMoon, and I'm just like, I want to know what he thinks, man. Like, I'm not a diehard. I want it to win, but I'm happy the Starship Wallet's coming because that's where I'll be, baby.
Yeah.
What's his name?
No, I appreciate that.
At Captain HUNCHIS. At CPT HUNCHIS.
Look him up.
You should tag him in this video too.
I will, bro.
Yeah, you should.
I'm a follower. He indoctrinated me, man.
So Matt, are we gonna do this? I'm just like this whole. I feel like I got derailed a little bit. I'm just thinking about this $100 offer to crash our wallet. Is that something you want to do?
If you're confident, then I'm confident. So this is completely your call.
Let's do it.
All right,
Let's
100
make it
bucks.
happen. 100 bucks.
Crash the wallet. Download it on the App Store.
Yeah, yeah. So right now, anybody can get it in Google Play. For Apple, we'll see.
You sure? 100 bucks.
Yeah, look, I've tested our wallet thousands of times, simulated it on hundreds of different devices.
Jared, I'm gonna fuck with it. I didn't try to crash it, bro. But when it comes to like fucking shit up, like everything I've ever bought, I've broken unintentionally.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, but I'm gonna get in there. Am I eligible for the Hundy?
Yeah, anybody.
I'm gonna tell my brother
Yeah.
as well. So there you go. He's gonna be upstairs trying to hack it right now, crash it right now.
All right, yeah. So let's get together with the team after this, Matt, and lay out like the ground rules, and let's make this thing like an event.
We should have Captain Hoddle challenge his community, the whole SafeMoon community. Come in, crash the wallet, 100 bucks each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll DM him now.
Yeah. It might only be available for Android users. It just depends because we're waiting for our DUNS number, which is this thing that Apple does. And if we get that before we do this, because I'm going to want to do this probably pretty quick. We got to talk to our team and kind of coordinate it. But it might only be for Android users. If we get our DUNS number, it'll be for Android and iOS.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I forget what that program is. I downloaded on my Mac.
Test
desktop.
Flight.
Not Test Flight, the one that can run Windows programs on your Mac desktop. Anyway, we'll put it in
Something
Something
to note.
something.
Blue something. I don't know. I got to pick up my son, but it was really fun to FUD with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, come FUD with us
Nice
anytime.
finally meeting you.
I'd love to.
Thanks,
Nice to
Pat.
meet everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice
and,
meeting you, Pat.
hope to see everyone soon.
Yeah, I'll see you
Yes,
later.
sir. Thank
Pat.
you.
Everybody.
All right. Well, I think we didn't quite get through everyone's questions, but yeah, if you have any, we want to know what you think about the controversy that surrounds SafeMoon. So if you have any FUD that you want to send our way, or you want to engage at all, feel free to come into our Telegram. Apparently, we're going to be launching this challenge this week, so let's get that underway, and let's make it
Are we
work.
allowed to
Let's-
talk about how we can accept payments soon? Like we just need to integrate it.
Yeah, I mean, this is FUD Hour. Yeah, we're gonna end up doing like a series of videos about our wallet.
Just
But
real
yeah,
quick,
Yeah,
we made
are
a deal with a
accepting.
company who's licensed in like 190 countries.
Mhm.
They're able to sell you crypto for fiat on your non-custodial Starbase wallet. I mean, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
think
yeah, absolutely, and we've
So
got
our wallet will
updates.
be operating like a centralized exchange, but it's a non-custodial wallet, and it'll have all the good features of a centralized exchange. But
Yeah.
you have full control. Nobody can freeze your funds like Binance. They froze my funds for 3 months this year. So
Did
you
you
know.
get that unfrozen?
yeah, I had to message the CEO. I had to message their attorneys, the finance people. So I had to email them. There's a Reddit post I found online, and my wallet was unfrozen in a few hours after that. So
All right. Well, I'm glad you got that money back. All right, cool. So, Makuji, I'm gonna, thank you for showing
Yeah,
up. It's
absolutely,
been
man. Thanks, everybody.
awesome. Yeah, having you here, and I'll drop your YouTube link so anybody who wants really good, awesome technical analysis, check out Makuji.
Sure. Thanks, man. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Jared.
Talk to Matt and I will keep up with the community, and if let us know what you think about this controversy with SafeMoon, and if you think there's any validity to the accusations or not. There are a lot of people that have a lot of money invested in this, and we have genuine questions and concerns, and we want answers. So thank you for joining us at FUD Hour, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys. See you guys.
talk to you soon.